Yo, what's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another 7 Listens Grand Cross video. For this, we'll be doing what I got from 50 million gold on the Gear Gacha event during the +1 salvage event. So I went through and I +1'd all of my gear, and I +1'd every last piece that was either SSR or SR, and I saved the SSRs for you guys on YouTube so you guys can watch it. So everybody on Twitch is like, Sekapoko, why are you saving all the SSRs all the time? I'm like, for the video, because we want to watch the video. As they can see in the chat over there, they want to watch the video. Anyways, so we saved all the SSR pieces for the very end for the video, and all the SR pieces I've done salvage so far. So I'll show you the results I've gotten so far and all the results from the Gear Gacha. So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alrighty guys, so I started the day with, I think, 1 5-star bluestone, maybe 2. I think I had maybe 6 or 7 of these 4-star bluestones. So I had 1 of these, and I started with like 6 or 7 of these, and then I started with like 15 of these, no, 15 of these, because I had 15 left over from last night before. So I ended up spending 50 million gold on the Gear Gacha, and this is what my results were. I had to sell redstones a couple different times there. And as far as anvils go, after 50 million gold, let's see where we're at on anvils. I actually have no idea. I am at 141. I was at 3, so I got 137 anvils, 138 anvils. So that was a decent amount for 50 million gold. So yeah, gold, wow. And you need anvils there, disparity. So I've also +1'd every single bit of SR gear that I've gotten and destroyed all of them. I haven't done any of the SSR gear. This is what I got from all the Gear Gacha for 50 million gold. As you can see, it's not very many pieces of SSR gear. You're not going to get a ton of pieces of SSR gear. Let's go ahead and destroy all the rare and SR gear right now. And let's see how many pieces of SSR gear I actually ended up with after 50 million gold. I did get a lot of bluestones. As you can see, 36 bluestones over there. So I did get a lot of bluestones from the Gear Gacha. So it's not like you're not getting a lot of it. The Gear Gacha is mainly, again, for bluestones and anvils. You get a lot of those out of it prior to getting anything else. So we're going to see what we get at the very, very end of this. Let's see. I got these SR pieces. Bam, 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 bam. So far, I'm pretty happy with the results, and I'm happy I've saved my gold this whole time to get this done. All right. And we are now at the end of this. Okay, I have 76 pieces of SSR gear from the Gear Gacha. As you can see, a +5, +3, +2, +1 on a lot of these. It's just been mainly because I just didn't feel like going through each separate one again when we're doing the +1ing, and just made sure I +1'd everything, if you know what I mean. And we're going to go ahead and see what we get on the SSR pieces. Well, blammo, 28. Always +1. I had one earlier that was actually pretty nutty. All right, blam, 6 SSR bluestones. Wow, nice. And let's gonna go here, blam. Another 2 big pogs, getting some big gains here, big freaking gains. All right, this is why we save for this event. This is why we save for this event. This is why we save gold for this event. This is more bluestones than I've ever seen on my account ever. This is a ridiculous amount of bluestones. This is actually ridiculous. And I made sure to go through all the gear and make sure I got all the gear I wanted. And that is everything. Bam. So final count, this is where we are. We are at a total of 956 3-star stones, 339 4-star stones, and finally 48 5-star stones. Let's go to King and rank these up and see how many we got. If you didn't know, like clicking the up on King, you don't have to do. You can just, you can hit this other button that says max. Makes your life a lot easier. So I'm going to just go here, hit max, and that's 159 of these. Well, blammo. And then we're going to go over to the 4-star stones again, and I'm going to go ahead and rank these up again. Bam, 83 bluestones there. Bam. So final tally after 50 million gold, about 131 5-star stones. And now we're going to do some gear upgrades for the characters that I wanted to upgrade. It's going to take 15 pieces. It's going to be 15 per piece, which means I'm going to have to do a lot of different pieces here in order to get this done. So I get asked a lot, what do I use for gold grinding and how do I get all these resources and things like that? At the start of this video, I had 77 million gold, and by burning these down, I was able to get 77 million gold by doing book farming. And what I typically do is I use red book farming in order to get lots and lots of gold. Red book farming is typically the fastest, and I run that with a Gila composition. Let's say blue SR Gila with a red SSR Gother, and the final unit I use is red Hauser. I run Hauser with Pierce Rate gear, I run Gila with full attack gear, and I run Gother with just attack gear, whatever I have on hand. The final unit I use is Merlin, and her gear doesn't matter because she is, of course, is the sub-unit on the team, and she's there to boost the ultimate gauge. The reason that works out very well is because I'm able to get lots of gold very quickly and do the runs in 3 turns. I can actually do it a little bit faster in the Japanese version by subbing out Gother on the team and putting in Lilia. And by putting in Lilia, I get Pierce Rate on the team, which allows for Gila to actually kill the mobs in actually 1 hit, making the runs go about 10 seconds faster or so. And you get a lot more rewards over the course of a weekend because of that. On the Japanese version, I can get about 50 to 75 million gold every single weekend, depending on how hard I push myself. And on the global version, I can probably get about somewhere between 35 to 60 million gold in the ratio I can probably 50 would be my cap, I think, maybe 55, but let's say 60 if we're being reasonable. I'm not sure if I did every waking moment that I would be doing. I'm not sure actually how much I would get, but that's about what I can get in 1 day of farming and 2 days of farming. And that takes, if I did min-max everything, I think the amount of AP pots it would take is about 180 AP pots in total to get that done. So just know that it's gonna be for every 30 million gold is about 90 AP pots is what it would take. So if you're wondering what like the total amount of gem cost or AP cost would be over a whole weekend of book farming, that's really kind of how it boils down to in my experience. I'm not sure about actual math on how it would boil down for the absolute certainty on everything, but you know, it really depends on how fast you're doing your runs and how it progresses over time. And that's how I'm able to get a lot of gold. And the purpose of today was because we're doing the Gear Gacha event, a lot of people ask me, hey, do you +1 your equipment or do you +5 your equipment? And typically I go with a +1 because A, it's faster, and it took 5.5 hours to record this video. And because it took so long, it's a lot faster to do +1 versus doing +5. I ended up doing like 1 through 4 on the SSR equipment because it just boiled out that way and it was a lot easier. All right, guys, we are finally done with everything. I got my SR Meliodas to 5-star 5+ left-hand side, so I'm happy about that. I started working on him first. For gear sets, let's go ahead and go to the sets on characters. Let's see. So this is where I ended up. I ended up with a full SSR 5-star 5+ on 1 character. I only got 1 character done. And going down to Meliodas, I got his support gear done for the left-hand side. As you can see, my ring rolls, I didn't get a ton of good rolls here. I kind of got screwed on a lot of these rolls, but I did get okay rolls here on the orb, and it's fine now, I guess. So going into the rest of this, we got the Lishawk gear. I didn't touch this gear at all. I didn't touch this gear at all, and we go to the gear. I actually upgraded the support gear on my left-hand side SSR over here. You can see on my right-hand side for left-hand side for Hauser. I didn't even have enough for the right-hand side for Hauser. I actually ran out of gold, so my choice halfway through was like I want to go for the left-hand side SSR gear for supports because I ran out of anvils and gold with 77 million, so it wasn't enough. And you can see here with all these resources that we spent, we still didn't have enough gold to get everything done. Not even close, baby. Not even fucking close. So, as far as overall gold expenditure, this is where we ended up. I now have a lot more combat class, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on my PvP team and see where we're at. Yesterday, I was 149,800 or so combat class, and we'll see where we're at. And as you can see at the very end of it, we have so much more combat class. Big gains, baby! So as you can see, spending 77 million gold on gear. We went up a total of 2,000 combat class, baby. Let's get it. Oh yeah, big fucking gains. Let's go, baby. You like what you see? You like what you see? Yeah. Big fucking gains, baby. 2,000 combat class. Get on my level, kids. That's what 77 million gold gets you. Out there who's got full SSR gear with left hand, right hand side, they bought a lot of their gems for rerolls. You know what I'm saying? They bought a little bit of gold. The expenditure was excessive, and they be big PP quailing out there. You know what I'm saying? And if you're free to play budget player, this is the gains you can expect while I'm farming your ass off. It takes a long fucking time. Overall, I'm still happy with the gains I got on the account. I did get full right hand side SSR. The big gains that I got was I have a lot of substats that are kind of hidden there for Lizhawk, which is really nice. The left hand side support gear that I got got a really big bump, so that's really nice to see that those characters got bumped and I don't have to work on them anymore, and I can actually just focus on right hand side SSR gear and start working on rolls. The big thing that's going to boost my combat class at this point, if you want to know how you're going to get gains, is you really need to focus on right hand side gear. But the only way you can get the right hand side gear done is you have to have the anvils for it. If you don't have the anvils for it, or you're not willing to spend gems for the rolls on your anvils, it is extremely expensive, so you're going to have some big problems as far as what you're going to see on gains on your account. Again, I went from 149,000 to 151,000 with 77 million gold spent. So it's going to take a while. So if you're wondering how to get lots and lots of combat class above like 160,000, 170,000, that takes a lot of ultimate levels. Big combat class gains really come from ultimate levels, cosmetics. Those are static gains that you get on your characters that go up really quickly, and that gives you tons of combat class. I've spent well under $500, I think, in this game, so it's really difficult for me to even come close to the people that are having full SSR gear with like 160, 170,000 combat class, because those people have spent significantly more than me. So if you're looking for how to get that done, I don't even know how much money I spent. I think it's under, maybe it's under $300, $200, maybe. I think it's under $300 I spent on the game, as far as like donations that we've got from people on the stream. So guys, thank you for doing that. But if you're looking to be a free-to-play player, you can get this amount of combat class free-to-play. It's totally doable. Most of the gains I got here are free-to-play gains, and as you saw from my cosmetics guide, you saw that previously, and you saw different things that you could do. The major gains on your account in order to get combat class don't come from majorly spending on the game. The early kinds of combat class that you get up to 140, 150,000 really come from you just playing the game naturally and getting the star levels up, character level, awakening stuff, all that stuff. But if you do want to have bigger gains past like 145 to 180,000 or whatever you're trying to get to, that's going to take some money. That's going to take a little bit extra resources to get to right now. There's no way you're going to be able to compete with that level of play if you don't spend money on the game. However, that's not saying the game is not free-to-play friendly, because there's tons of things that you can do free-to-play. You can play the game. You just cannot compete against people spending thousands of dollars. There's just no way. I mean, come on. Would you expect to? Because that's foolish. But as you can see, I'm having fun with the game, and I'm enjoying it. Spending 77 million gold. 75, whatever. If we're gonna quibble, doesn't really bother me. I've spent hundreds of millions of gold before, so I'm not really worried. I already know that where I'm going in the game is the right direction, and I'm gonna get there, and I'm gonna be happy about it. But if you do have lots of anvils and you do have lots of gems that you want to use for rerolls, and you are big whaling, please do the right hand side gear first for your characters, and then you can reroll the substats there on the right hand side and get your stuff done. If you're free to play and budget player, left hand side associates is the only way you're gonna get any kind of actual gains. The reason I know that is if I wanted to say upgrade, let's say, a piece on this Merlin, and I wanted to give her a common set on the upgrade the common pieces on the right hand side here. Any of these pieces that I upgrade, I would have to 5-star 5+ and have at least 4% attack rolls to even be equivalent to what I have now. Maybe like 3.5%, so I'd have to have at least 1 or 2 rolls done on that ring. Plus it would take at least 5 million gold and just upgrading the piece itself and all the blue stones I need along with it to get to that point. So it does take a lot of resource to get even equivalent to what a common piece gives you. A rare piece is around 6 or 7%, so that's really where the rare pieces give you a slightly bigger gain. So if you're really trying to get big gains in your account, right hand side SSR gear really doesn't give you the biggest gains unless you're re-rolling with the anvils. So just know that, and know that it's not the best strategy going forward unless you're spending money on the game. And we're talking money, like some big money. All right, guys, so this video took about 5 freaking hours to record because it took up so much time to +1 all the gear, get the gear gacha done, and it took lots of resources to get all this information for you guys so you can see what you would get out of the 75 million gold as far as gold gains go. So if you do want to like the video, of course, if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, we have this content. It's going to be really fun for you guys to check out. So I hope you guys enjoy more of the content on the channel. But again, if you want to be part of the notification game, guys, we're going to have 1,000 people here live on Twitch. So if you want to join us on Twitch anytime, come hang out. Pretty cool. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of the day, guys.